look, y'all got to hear me. She said Dr. Eric Thomas. Like, I don't go by Dr. Eric Thomas. So when I heard it, I was tripping like, what? Dr. Eric Thomas. I'm like, who is that? Like, yo, I'm tripping like, for real, I'm a high school dropout. I got kicked out of Detroit. Like, not only am I a dropout, I got kicked out of the Detroit public school system. Like, don't come back. Right? And it's hard to get kicked out of a public school system. I'm just being real. If it's Catholic, you know what I'm saying? They pay, they're like, we cannot tolerate this. You feel me? If it's private, they're like, we don't put up with that. Public, for real, they put up with a lot in public school. I'm just being real. They put up with a lot. Why? Because kind of like you need each child because that represents a couple dollars, right? So you just can't let your money just go out the door like that, right? And when she said Dr. Eric Thomas, I'm like, yo, bruh. Like for real, and I'm talking to you right now. When she said Dr. Eric Thomas, I wasn't even on a degree. I was on, bruh, what did you survive to get there? When she said that, I'm thinking about all the stuff. I'm thinking about living in abandoned buildings and eating out of trash cans in Detroit. I'm like, yo, E, you got through a lot, bruh. Which is why when I was doing a PhD, and one of the professors, bless her heart, she didn't know no better. She probably grew up privileged or something, so she didn't know. So she read my paper and was like, I don't think you're going to be able to pass the dissertation. And I knew where she was coming from. Like, I wasn't like she no hater. But what she was doing was saying, as a critical thinker, based on where you are right now, she had a slight idea I was getting better every day. So you talking to me about who I am right now. We ain't even doing a dissertation yet. You're talking to me about something we're going to do a year and a half from now. You had a slight idea. I'm not going to be the same version. I will not be the same person in a year and a half that I am right now. Or I wouldn't be sitting in your class. No, I need you to hear what I'm saying. You are too old to be sitting in somebody's classroom trying to get a grade. We way past grades, y'all. That's like elementary school. You won't get a star or something. That's elementary school. You want somebody to take you out for ice cream because you did what you were supposed to do. It's a different level. Listen to me. When I went to college, I didn't go to college for nobody's degree. I realized that growing up in Detroit, Michigan, my mom worked for Ford. My father, who wasn't my biological father, worked for GM. I knew where I was called to be and what I was called to do. My parents could only take me so far. I went to the classroom to find the language that I needed to get to the next level. I wanted to hear what, you're not hearing what I'm telling you. I already knew I was going to be successful, but I didn't have some of the language. So I was going to class to look how they put sentences together. I was looking to find out when you put this word and this word, how you start. You're not hearing what I'm telling you. I wasn't going for nobody grades and still got good grades. But I wasn't going for grades. I was going for the code. What's the code? I need to know the code. What's the code? See, because when I was doing public speaking, I was limited to it a certain extent because the only thing I could talk about was my Detroit experience. And they don't pay 50 grand an hour for that. I'm just being real. Nothing wrong with Detroit, nothing wrong with how I grew up, but that wasn't the majority culture. So I needed to go get the language. If I'm going to compete with Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, I can't do it from Detroit, Ford and GM language. So while she was talking, I was like, oh, that's how you say that. Got it. Oh, that's the word I've been using, the slang, which is cool at Thanksgiving, the dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. No, for real, I just want y'all to know, because some of y'all, like, you be trying to be something you not. I don't go home and talk to my grandma like the PhD, but when I get in certain environments, I got to pull out pedagogy. I don't talk like that normally. I don't use that kind of language on a regular basis. I'm not at home talking like that. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I don't use the word theory and practice. I don't use those words. Epistemology. I don't use those words on a but when it's time to get that check, when it's time to get that check, we pulling them all out. And guess what? It's like a toy chest. We putting them all back in. The problem with most of you, your toy chest is empty. Your toy chest is limited. And I'm not telling you got to be somebody different. I think a man in a suit look good. I just don't wear them. I think a bro in a suit, Barack almost had me wearing suits. I'm just going to be real. I saw Barack. When I saw Barack for those 8 years, I probably need to start dressing up. Because my man looking sweet with it. Right? But I was like, that ain't me. All right, so listen to me very carefully. I ask you to write these names down for me, and I want you to be specific because when you speak common to the world give you back common. You got to be specific. You got to say, I'm going to make $325,482 a year. Just being real, that's what you got to say. Like, you got to say it. Like, you got to get the world the exact. You can't be like, I want to be rich. And the world like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what rich is. I don't know what that means. Are you hearing me? I can't say I just want a degree. No, when I went to Michigan State, I was like, oh, so you're going to give me a fellowship? Like, I didn't know what that was. I was a high school dropout. I ended up going to college. I went to a college first, Oakwood College. I was so dumb, I didn't even know the difference between college and a university. I didn't know. I thought it was all the same. My man was like, you go to the college? I was like, yeah, I go to a college. What? I didn't know. I was like, yeah, I got accepted to college. He was like, not a university? I'm like, a what? A university, it's the same. He's like, it's not the same. I was like, what's the difference? He was like, well, a university has advanced degrees. And I was like, oh, we good then. We all starting with we all got to get a 4-1 first. I'm just saying, we all got to get a 4-year degree. So it don't make a difference if I start at a major university, if I start at a small school, if I start at a 2-year school. If we all got to get a 4, I just got to get a 4. And once I get a 4, I'm in the game. Come on, somebody. Listen to me very closely. Some of y'all playing, some of y'all not. Hopefully those of you playing, you're not playing. You have just, when you got into this college, you just set yourself up to get everything everybody else in the world got. When they accepted you and you stepped on this campus and you got your first book and you said, you had, oh, come on, somebody. You had, all right, so let me say it too in your terminology because that might be too deep for you. Let me say it so you can understand it. When I went to my grandma's house and I saw flour, I saw sugar. She had eggs in the refrigerator, a little vanilla abstract. I'm like, I'm like, we got a pound cake. We got a pound cake right there. Grandma hadn't put nothing together. But I knew all the ingredients that it took for her to make. So when I went to grandma's house and visited and I saw all the ingredients, I just go up to grandma like, Grandma, we're going to be here for 3 days. I was just wondering, I didn't know if you'd be making no pound cake or nothing while I was here. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I get off the road sometimes. My wife said we shouldn't be eating it, but I love her spaghetti. She don't like it because when we were, when we weren't where we are now, we was eating spaghetti every day, all day. That's a great dish to me. It's that it don't take a lot. You know what I'm saying? You have meat, you don't have meat. Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Meat and spaghetti is a luxury. It's a luxury. You feel me? Some of y'all, you know what I'm saying, you spoiled. You just like, meat comes in, no it don't. No it don't. No it don't. Hey, and if you really know what I'm talking about, what else don't automatically come in it? And if you got cheese, that's a whole nother luxury. I'm just saying. Are you feeling me? So what I'm trying to explain to you is, it's up to you if you make it or not. But when you come here, you have all the ingredients to be whatever it is you want to be, live wherever you want to live, and do whatever you want to do. That's why I ask you, who do you love? Because, okay, give yourselves a hand. That's what you want to do. But I ask you that question because when you get in the car, what's the first thing you should look for when you get in the car? I got a GED. Don't be deep with me. The suspension. Like, the brakes, don't go. You don't see if no brakes work. What's the first? You do not check to see if your brakes work. You only know if your brakes works once you get going. I'm just being real. If your brakes out, you don't know until they out. You don't know. Like, you don't get in the car looking at your brakes. What's the first thing you look for? Gas. Because I don't care what kind of car you have, it only matters how much. Because if you don't have gas, you can't. So I ask you to name the 3 top people in our life because I'm afraid some of you ain't got enough gas on your own. You just don't have it. I'm just being real. Some of you don't have enough gas to just get up and do what you're supposed to do. You just don't. You're just not that disciplined. You don't have the gas to come to class when you're supposed to come to class. You just don't have it. You just don't have it. You get a test and you're just scared. You don't want to take the test. Your anxiety start coming. You just don't have enough gas to do it. So the reason why I ask you to write down 3 people you love, because what I want you to do for me today is I want you to stop thinking about you when you think about school, and I want you to start thinking about them. What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T. Look, y'all, do me a favor. Make sure you like and subscribe for more great content.
I work too doggone hard for you to tell me